Welcome back, Charm City, Season 1. End of the regular season. It's been a long, long season for the Baltimore Ravens. Had ups and downs all year. We dealt with some injuries early on the offensive line, losing two of our top offensive linemen, actually two of the top offensive linemen in the league at their position and in the league as a whole, the entire offensive line, and Patrick Falk and Ben Grubbs. We lost Ben Grubbs for 4 games, Patrick for two, and it showed early on. Um, but this Baltimore Ravens team has been brilliant all year. These guys stepping up to the table, and Anthony Iverson's first start, the answer to first full season as the starting quarterback over here. You know, after the Lamar Jackson trade, this team got it together early on. We thought that we wasn't getting uh, good defensive line play out of our defensive line, and as the season went on, we challenged them, and they stepped up until what we are right now. We are on a bye. We are in the wild card round, man. We got to talk about what we did in the season. But we are on a bye. We did end up getting the first seed after losing to the Buffalo Bills, which was our only loss all year. They turned around and lost late in Week 18 against the Chargers. Which gave us the number one seed. We're especially happy with the number one seed. I think it's very important for us to be at home as long as we're playing all the way up until the Super Bowl. Having home field advantage is damaging. It could do some things. We were on a roll last year. This team made it all the way to the AFC Championship last year and lost a really tough game to the Buffalo Bills and Anthony Iverson first start as a quarterback. First time playing in the playoffs as a quarterback last season, and you know they made a pact with each other. The team they made a pact that they will work their asses off all year to do whatever they got to do to get back to that spot to be able to feel that feeling of being able to make it to a Super Bowl. Over our career, we went to three and lost three. It's been a 3 season hiatus since we've been back to one. And that's what we want to do. We want to play for championships over here. We closed out the year winning our division once again. That's 9 straight years of us winning the AFC North. It's very hard to do, especially with the North stepping up the way they are now, as far as the talent that's coming inside the North on these teams right now. The Steelers stepped up this year. Browns are who they are, and the Bengals are starting to clean that roster up with a bunch of new talent. But we're in a situation right now. All I know is the situation is, a fight through situation. We have to fight through that shit, and what we're here to do is exactly fight through it. But let's look at, what we've done as a team, all year long. Let's sit here and think about it for a second. And put in perspective what we did in our first full season with this team, with this direction, with this new quarterback at the helm, and where we at as a team again. 16-1 is our record as we finished out. I'm gonna go look at some team information here. All right. So when it comes down to offense right now, total offensive yards gained, we finished first in the league in the entire NFL. The Baltimore Ravens are number one with 12,161 yards. The Cardinals right behind them with 10,072, and behind that is the Buccaneers 9,841, and the New York Giants 8,947. Top 5 teams are the Houston Texans 87-87. All right, total offensive yards. See where we at with it. We finished first in the league with 10,969. We're looking at passing yards. We came in second in this behind the Arizona Cardinals when their sensational quarterback over there and Kyler Sensei Murray. Sensei balled out again this year, 7,377 yards. We the 7,042, second place there. As a rushing team, We finished first in the league as a team in rushing. This is where we know the Baltimore Ravens are at their best football as a team when we continue to dominate the run game and get physical with guys. When we have a bunch of good running backs in the league, the Baltimore Ravens, since Casey Fields' rookie season, they've been a dual threat backfield where they have multiple running backs back there that produce for this team. And we feel like, with the running backs we have, any one of them can get hot at any moment and be the bell cow for this team. 3,927 rushing yards total, um, right in front of the league's leader in rushing yards, and Joey Cummins and all Cowboys offense and the run tack, 3,908 total yards right there. So we're first there. So as you can see, we only came in one spot so far. That kept us not out of first place so far. So again, we like where we at. Offensive. All right, let's go to points per game now. We came in one first, 3 points in front of the Buccaneers was 60.8. Um, to average 60.8, we scored at an offensively at a high level. But you need computer games in the process of that to be able to really maintain this type of scoring all season long. You got to have a few computer games in the mix where you can put points up like this. But 60.8 leaves us at number one there too. All right, passing touchdowns on the year right now. I think we did finish first, right in front of the Cardinals by 5. So we 96 passing touchdowns to the Cardinals 91. Eagles had 65, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 61, Giants 60, and your top 5 teams there. Rushing touchdowns though, no one's done it better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is probably the only situation where we're out of the top 5. Let's see if we made the top 10 at least. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are number 1. The Raiders are 2. Cowboys are 3. The teams run the ball at a high level. Texans are 4. Bears are 5. The Bears are 5. Giants sitting at 6. Colts, Jags, football team, Dolphins, Ravens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We finished exactly in 10th place in total touchdowns rushing through the run game. Again, we like where we at when it comes down to the rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. As a team, we did a pretty good job this year. So the number 1 offense in the league right now are us, the Baltimore Ravens. Hopefully we can carry that over into the playoffs and continue to score at a high level and be dominant on offense right now. We'll talk about the weapons and things like that. Let's finish looking at the team stats and see where we at right now. Now, total yards allowed, we're outside of the top 5. Where you got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Definitely outside of the top 10 there. And again, when you get some computer games, that can be the back end of it too as well. I think if there are all user games, we're in the top 5 for sure. Against the pass, again, playing a computer. A couple of games, we had three computer games, 3.5 computer games. So passing yards allowed though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, we were in the bottom 5, letting up the pass. But we're number 3 against the pass, right? The worst team in the leagues are against the pass are the Rams, Packers, and then the Baltimore Ravens. But this stat right here is misleading for sure. We have one of the top pass defenses in the league. But again, when you play, long computer games, things happen. So let's look at the rushing, how we are. We're number 1 in the league against the run, only giving up 1,485 yards. So that's solid. Points given up, though. You look at it, we are 5 exactly. We're the Bucks, Cards, Cowboys, Patriots, and the Ravens. All right, 5. Now, sacks on the year. Nobody's even close to what we did. I think this is a team record right here, man. And it's probably the most impressive stat as a team that I'm very, very happy with. 107 sacks on a year, man, in one season is very high. No one's done that ever. And that's something that we hold ourselves to a high standard there. We don't go in the draft and attack the D-line the way we do. through the draft to not be able to be this productive with multiple players the way we did. I mean, we're down there 30 something points in front of the next man up. With 107. As you can see, the next team up is the Buffalo Bills with 74, and third on this list is the Chargers with 71, and they have the most the best pass rusher in the league right now from the outside edge rushing, and Colt Young, who broke all types of records this year, single season sack leader and all, and we still dominated that with 107. Looks like 33 more sacks than the next team. As far as causing fumble recoveries, let's see how many we recovered on the year. We are in the top 5 there as well, exactly at 5. And then INTs on the year. Let's see where we at as a team. 73. The next team up is 59, and the New York Giants, and then the Cardinals 58. So we're proud of where we at right now. I would say we are top 5 defense. I don't think we can go any, maybe somewhere in the top 3 to 5 for sure. But that's a good combination. Offensively, we're number 1 in the league. Defense, we have a top 5 defense in the league, and we're doing a really good job as a team as a whole. That's something that we preached all year, to get back to playing team football, Baltimore Ravens team football right now. We go to the awards. How many awards were won? Let's talk about individual stats and individual awards. Trophy, filling up your trophy case. We're going to look into that too. At the quarterback position, Anthony Iverson has won Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC. Big shout out to him. Defensive Player of the Year, we came in 2nd place, but we did have 1, 2. I'm going to say their names: Keyshawn Peppers, Ted Saragusa. We call him the Black Saragusa. Keon Hellraiser Pepper. Hot Peppers, Black Saragusa, Najee Israel, Anthony Israel, and then Ron Israel. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that was up for the defensive player of the year. We'll call Young winning it. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to our tight end, Darnell Washington. However, Jahmyr Gibbs also came up on this list at 3. On the defensive side of things, Brian Brzee played really well. He was a late starter for us. He developed into that starting role. He's still playing the number 2 D tackle, but he plays all over the D line for us, and he's been a force to reckon with as a diaper dandy. We do have 1 diaper dandy on defense. Best quarterback award goes to Anthony Iverson. He's cleaning up the trophy room this year. Best running back for him, our running back game. Now look, so Jahmyr Gibbs played really well for us this year as a diaper dandy. He's number 8 on this list. We're just happy we got a running back on this list. It's give and take when you start to run your team as a whole. At the running back position, you lose, credibility for the running back. That's the man. We think we have in Casey Fields a top 5 running back on our roster, and Casey Fields, and the way we went into unselfish team football, it turns Casey Fields for individually showing that he's pretty much one of the best running backs in the league, and sometimes, in my opinion, sometimes the best running back in the league. We take away from it because he just doesn't get the production, because we do a lot of rotating through our backfield. But we're happy that diaper dandy, the rookie Jahmyr Gibbs, was on this list. Yes, sir. Up doing my, my series, my Welcome to the Charm City series. You feel me? Playoff football is Anthony Iverson's first completed year as a starting quarterback for this team. The changeover from Lamar Jackson to the answer 2. What's going on, Tone? Early up, you already know. At the wide receiver position, we do have Jameson Williams on this list. Antion Pitts made the list as well. They need a tight end award because our tight end had better numbers than every receiver on this board right now. O-line, you already told you we had the best 2 linemen in the league, but we always do a good job with line. And if your team is number 1 in the league as a team, as a rushing team, then you're going to have your offensive lineman on this thing. So Pat Falk once again wins it for the, since he's been in the league, he's won this award. Ben Grubbs comes in second behind Pat Falk. So if Ben Grubbs didn't play with Pat Falk, Ben Grubbs would be the best lineman in the AFC if Falk was in the NFC. But we think we do have two of the best guards in the league, left and right guard, Pat Falk and Ben Grubbs. But as you go down, we look at Rick Santiago at the left tackle position. So we got 3 linemen out of 5. Look like 3 of them made the Pro Bowl this year as well, or will be in the Pro Bowl. On the D line, we came a second and third here with Keyshawn Peppers, Black Saragusa. I mean, even Sean Price played for us. He's on this list. Peter Bowere's on this list. Jason Owe used to play for us as well, Dolphy Owe. And then Brian Breezy, the diaper dandy, gets that 9th spot on this list too. So again, when we started off slow with our defensive line, we made the trade to the Lions with Mincy, and then boom, next thing you know, we start to I don't know what it was, man, but we shot up the totem pole and what we did stat wise. You know, I'll show you, as we get to it. Ray Lewis, this award I really wanted to win. This is something that I really wanted to get for Ray Lewis. He balled out this year, man, but as you can see, Shaq Presley balled out better. I don't know, it could be a debate here, but I think because he had the interceptions, Shaq Presley jumped over Ray Lewis, man. But Ray Lewis had 20 plus tackle for losses. I mean, he's getting to these running backs before they get started. This is not a linebacker that we blitz. This is a field general at the linebacker position. So he facilitates and puts our guys everywhere they need to be. And the fact that, he's catching running backs 2 and 3 yards in the backfield the way he does is solid for me. Now, he didn't have a lot of interceptions on the year because we don't ask him to do things like that. We want him to get into the football. Simple as that. Any other linebackers from Baltimore? Yes, it is. Junkies Seau is number 10 on this list. So, although we didn't win the best linebacker award, we did have 2 guys fighting for that award. DBs, Najee Israel, Anthony Israel, Ron Israel, Steve Israel. All right, so our 4 starting DBs, our 2 safeties and our 2 corners all are from the Israel family. All 4 of them on this list with Najee Israel winning it. I do think we have the best safety in the league. With Najee Harris, although there's some debate out there who has the best safeties. There's some safeties running around here all over the place. But we feel like, he's our field general on the back end. Najee Israel, he does a lot of keeping guys in order, getting us in the right situations, and not only that, playing really high himself. Tackle for losses, he got double digits along with those 15 interceptions. So that's all the awards and who won them and who raced to get them. But the guys that won them salute you. Our jobs aren't done though. That's what you scream to this team when it comes down to it. Now, let's go see what the Ravens did stat wise right now. Our quarterback had a lights out year, 7,131 yards. 92 touchdowns. We do want the interceptions to turn down and would like the completion percentage to go up from 63 to somewhere between 65 to 70. 419.5 yards a game, 114.3 QB rate and 13 yards of play. 83 yards was long, and he was sacked 40 times. A lot of that sack shit is self-made. We don't have linemen that got a high amount of sacks, so giving up a high amount of sacks. So therefore, that's just holding the ball too long. Again, you're gonna get that with a young quarterback in his first start. Real season start, full season start actually. Get that. And in the run game, we did have 2 backs that go over 1,000 yards. One touched the 2,000 yard mark, and so we give it up for Diaper Dandy Jahmyr Gibbs. We call him Spidey, man. Jahmyr Spidey Gibbs, man. This guy is lightning in the bottle. Wiggles, elusive, he can get it done. He does a really good job for us at 122.1 yards per game. Casey Fields, 157 carries with 1,070. And then look, Iverson, 63 carries, 608. Now, J.C. Fields kind of fell to the backside over the Diaper Dandy. Got his playing time cut all the way in half at the 32 carries, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns. Really ain't 4.8. Got to get better with him, and he's going to be important to our success in these playoffs. We know that. He knows that. We usually let him go loose in the playoffs and let him get busy for it. So we'll see. But right now, we like what we got going on in the backfield. This is why we're the number 1 rushing team in the league, because you see the stats right now. Again, 2 backs over 1,000 yards. one with 3,000. I mean, 2,000. So, we're very appreciative of what they did, the work they put in. That tells you how good that offensive line and those running backs been playing together. And you get to the receiving room. We went crazy this year in receiving. Darnell Washington, 2,348. 18.5, 138.1, and 45 touchdowns. He broke the touchdown record this year, scored the most touchdowns in the season. Tion Pitts with 58. He had 58 catches, 1505, 25.9, 58, 88.5 yards a game, and 12 touchdowns. And then Jamison Williams in his second season over here, 53 catches, 1458, 27.5, 85.8, and he had 22 touchdowns. He reached the 1,000-yard mark as well. And then Angelo Jello Griffin, 40 catches, 4,034 yards as well, 25.9, 60.8, and 12 touchdowns. So we had four guys go over double digits, and out of the four, two of them went over 20. So that's spreading the ball around to the guys and letting them get busy over here. Now, our offensive line, let's see who gave up the most sacks on the year. Now, Kawhi candidate is killing us with 11. We did. I mean, now that I'm looking at it, we did give up a lot of sacks right now. This year, 11 from candidate. That's our right tackle. That's not good, man. He gave up 10 last year, 11 this year. He's going to have to get it calmed down before he loses his job. We do have linemen in training right now that'll take your boy's job in a heartbeat. Maybe just not a good fit at the right tackle for our team. He was built to be able to play guard. He's out there playing right tackle right now. So we'll see. But right now, he's he got to get it together in the playoffs. Santiago at the left tackle. I'll take the 6 sacks from him. Especially since last year he only given up 4. That's 10 sacks in 2 years since he's moved to left tackle. That's a high amount when you got a dual threat like Anthony Iverson in your backfield running around. You can lose the block shed war. So we like with Rick Santiago there. He ended at the center position, and then Pat Falk gave up 4. But Ben Grubbs in 14 games. Again, he missed 4 games. In those 14 games, he didn't give up a sack at all. That's the O-line, D-line right now. What we doing defense? How many guys went over 100 tackles this year? We had a lot. Ray Lewis led the group with 148, 77 assists, 71 solos. 109 from our D tackle position. You don't really see this. 37 assists, 72 solos by himself. 72 tackles, 109. 45 tackle for losses. That's amazing. 45 tackle for losses. Keyshawn Peppers did it too. 56, 52. 108, 39 tackle for losses as well. And then Najee Israel from the safety position had 106 tackles, and he had 13 tackle for losses as well. And he's not a safety that could play the sub linebacker package, so this is back deep from the free safety position, coming down playing a run at a high level right now. Then you go to Ron Israel, the strong safety, with 85. Cornerback Anthony Israel with 83. Juggy Seau 76. Steve Israel 74. D-Ron Adams 73. And then there's the man-child, the young diaper dandy with 55. 22 tackle for losses as well. Balling right now, man. These guys balling. The sack department, Keyshawn Peppers led the team with 26. The Black Saragusa had 21.5. Peter Bower had 18. Brian Brise had 12. And then Ray Lewis from the middle linebacker position had 7.5. Juggy Seau was 6. We got to the quarterback at a high level. We had 107 sacks on the year from that defensive line. That is a lot. I mean, from that whole defense, that's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of getting to the quarterback. All right. Now you get to the INTs and where we at with it right now. As you can see, Najee Israel led the way with 15, but the cornerback, the best cornerback in the league, Anthony Israel, Mr. AI for the defense, 13 interceptions, 13 deflections. He balled out. Ron Israel had 11 and 5 returned to the crib. Steve Israel had 11 as well. So that's, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 guys over double-digit INTs. These numbers are ridiculous, I promise you. Then you got Bobby Taylor Jr., who's coming into his own with 7 picks. Outside of that, we would like to see, someone say, where the hell is Stingley at? Stingley's doing his job. He's all over the place. He does start. He does play a lot of formation subs. We ask him to do a lot right now because we want him to take over that star position. For right now, it's the Stingley show. but you try him if you want to. You think, oh, he my best receiver sitting in the slot. Try him if you want to. Try him if you want to. I'm trying to tell you. All right. Let's see how many return scores we had this year. 5 from Ryan Israel, 3 from Najee. That's 8. 2 from Steve Israel, 2 from Bobby Teller. 13, 14, 15 total to the Cribs. All right, so we score 15 touchdowns on defense. That's big time. That's to add to them points per game, right? So shout out. That's the yardage. That's where we at with it right now. We're proud of our team. We're proud of where we at. Completely proud of where we at. With that being said, you had some wild card games that was played last night, and other played today. You know what I'm talking about? So we continue to look at this thing as a whole, and we're seeing what's went down with this team right now. So our expectations for the playoffs this year, we're gonna wait, sit home and wait. But we're gonna work our ass off. But we gotta wait and see who we gonna run into. Who we gonna run into. You get to the playoff picture right now, and you see a game was played last night. The Buffalo Bills beat the Dolphins 33-18. They have, the second seed. So what's gonna happen is we'll play the lowest seed. So the lowest seed that wins is going to play. So if the Jaguars win, they come to us. If the Jaguars win and the Patriots win, the Jaguars come to us no matter what, right? If 3 beats 6 and 4 beats 5, then 4 comes to us. 3 goes to the Bills. So we're going to get the lowest seed. Before to end the divisional round and see it play itself out. Our preparation for the playoffs and for this game, practice mode, we got work to do. But at this point right now, we like where we at right now. We love what our team did as a whole. Individual awards, some of the guys played really, really well, lights out. We continue to process, man, and continue to play lights out football. Let's see how it carries over. Although we're on bye week, we're getting in our GM mode right now too. Antonio, don't hop off, man. Get your headsets. We need to talk. But other than that, welcome to Charm City, episode 10. Off season is on its way. Playoffs, postseason to run right now. Let's go.